Hi everyone, it's Genene, and by special request, here's your tutorial for Mandukasana, or frog pose. Not to be confused with Bakasana, which also translates as frog pose. But we also have the tutorial for Bakasana, so if you're looking for that one, it's on the website. We've got a ton of modifications for you. So if you have any knee issues, this one's for you. You see it in class and you don't know what to do, how to modify, we've got a wide array for you today. So let's jump right in. For your props, you might need a couple of chairs, a couple of blankets, maybe a wall, or a bolster if you don't want to do the two blankets. Bolster's ideal. I don't film with a bolster because I don't think a lot of people have the bolster. Let me know if that's not true. And number one, simple. You're sitting in a chair first. You have to sit in a chair for this one. So sit in your chair, then take your legs wide, and then hands to the chair seat. Maybe walk your legs a little wider, and a little wider, and a little wider. And then you're engaging your glutes, lengthening from inner groin to inner knee. And you could stay like this and you feel something, right? No need to go deeper. You're good. Another one that's great if you have knee issues specifically and going on the floor, there's too much pressure on the knees when you go into frog pose. Similar to our child's pose tutorial, it's the same actually. So you take two chairs and face them towards each other. Take your legs nice and wide. Straddle the chair with your bolster or your two blankets. And then you got to figure out how long your torso is so that this works. Push down through the arms to come up. Now we're going to be on our mat for the rest of these. This next one is with a wall. It's similar to how you get into legs up the wall, but I'm not going to get my butt all the way here to the wall because I'm going to be bending my knees 90 degrees. I'm going to lie on my side, roll up, and then knees bent. Then I got to figure out where I need to be, and then take my legs as wide as I want them to go, and my ankles and my knees are going to be in the same line. And then palms up, arms down, and hang out. And to come out, you can take your hands to the outsides of your legs to assist them in coming together. And then roll onto your right side and press yourself up to a seated position. Next up, supported Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. You can use two blocks on the outsides of your hips. If you do not have blocks, but you have bath towels or blankets, I thought I'd show you that you can take these, you see, you fold them, and then fold them again, and then fold them into a square. They should be about the right height on either side of the outer hips. really works best when you do this before you lie down. I know that sounds obvious until you try to do it the other way around. So I'm going to take the fold. See, I take the fold in and the fringe out. And to make sure you have enough room to lie down, bring the soles of your feet together. Heels come in as much as they can. And that's that same inner thigh stretch that we want. And then I like to push down with my hands and lift through the spine. So I'm not crunching in the spine in this one. And then lie down. And then to come out, hands to the outsides of the legs, draw the legs together. And you roll to your right side, press yourself up. Now, if you're ready, let's start moving into Mandukasana, but we're going to do a bunch of modifications still. Go back to any of the other modifications if you need to. Otherwise, separate your knees, but don't go as wide as you can. Keep your knees narrow and put your ankles in line with your knees. And just stay right there. And then take your legs together and sit down on your heels. As we move into more frog pose variations, you can put blankets, cushions, whatever you need underneath your knees as you go wide. If that doesn't work, again, go back to one of the variations, sitting in a chair. And then, on top of that, you can have blankets out in front of you for later, okay? So what I'm going to show you next is, eventually we'll get down to the blankets. We're going slowly. So next, we had our legs wide. So let's do that. But we didn't have them as wide as we could go, right? So now, see if you can take your knees wider and ankles follow. And then place your hands underneath the shoulders, like so. So this is it. And what you're doing is squeezing with your legs inward and making sure that one hip isn't sagging or the other. Ouch. That doesn't feel great. So you can hang out here. All right. Your hands are here for more control. Now, if you want to take some pressure off the hips, take yourself onto your forearms and lean forward like so. Now, the reason why these blankets are here, we can make this more restorative. Let's do that. So from here, you're going to lie down onto your blankets. And guess what? If your blankets are nowhere near your body or the other way around, grab more blankets, blocks, whatever you need, and then lie down, turning your head whichever direction you would like. Push yourself up, knees together. Frog pose. No blankets. So you take your legs wide. Since I'm on grass, I'm keeping this other blanket. You don't need one. And so here's a few little tips and tricks to make it more intense. We've been modifying to make it less intense. Now here's how to make it more intense. So first, you come down onto forearms. You take your hips back. Feel that? And then start to bring your chest closer to the ground. But you'll see that this is as far as I go. So you might be someplace else. And that's okay. If you are supporting yourself with your arms, you're going to shift your weight forward so that you can take the pressure off of your legs. before you take them together. And then sit back onto your heels or again in Virasana. How was frog pose for you? Which one did you find the most beneficial? Which one was the most surprising to you that you got a lot more benefit out of than you thought you would? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure that you let me know which is the next tutorial that you want me to do for you. The whole reason that this video even exists is because I had a request. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Namaste.